I assume we're live.
We are live.
Just waiting on if I had to do anything.
No, feel free to introduce yourself.
Alright. Hey everyone, I'm George. I'm gonna be playing Touhou 6 here for y'all. And it's gonna be an awesome time. For those who've never seen a bullet hell game before, this is gonna be an experience. First things first, bullet hell games are generally really hard. You can tell by the category name, hard. I'll see myself out. So, just wanna get one thing first of all. There is a chance that for the main campaign run, also for the extra run, there's always the chance that I just don't make it. For the main campaign run, luckily, they are continuous, so just want to get that, up front before we do get the run started. But, yeah, as it is with the difficulty of these games, especially with doing it no bombs, which is gonna be another challenge, that can happen. But with that being said, I'm also joined here by Freya Spirit, so why don't you introduce yourself as well?
Hi, we are Freyas, and we are amazed by George's skill with this game, and we are super happy to get a chance to commentate this.
Before I start, I just want to quickly shout out Freyas as well, because they actually brought me back into Touhou, their GDQ hotfix run. For what was the GDQ hotfix? I actually forgot, but your run at the hotfix brought me back all the way in Touhou. I couldn't even clear normal when I started with bombs, and now look where we are at a marathon showcase with hard and no bombs. Thank you for the good luck. I've got chat open if y'all got any questions. We're going to be using Rambo B. I'm using the original, no English patch, no nothing. And yeah, let's get this show started in 3, 2, 1, go. And I've got a little treat for you. I've got a hand cam. So, right off the start, we've got a very interesting situation. We want to collect as much power as possible. The stage portion in Touhou games and in most bullet hell games are usually pretty static. But I'm following a very specific route here on my movement too, because I want to take out as many of these little, fairies, enemies, whatever, while obviously not running into bullets. So, because if I run into bullets, that's a death. And with only 8 lives that I will have over the total of the run, that is, I will get 4 lives from score and 2 lives from mid-bosses through the game. Oh, my favorite! Oh, okay, we're starting. That's already a good chat comment. I can see this is going to be great. Alright, here's Rumi, here's the first mid-boss. Oh, the first ever spell card of the entire Touhou area, because before the Windows games, there were no spell cards. So you're welcome. You just saw a little bit of Touhou history right there. And again, more of this, moving around, more of this trying to take out as many of these enemies to get a lot of power. Okay, did not want to risk grabbing that power item because I did not want to run into a bullet. Death on stage 1 is not optimal. So realistically speaking, the first death we're probably going to have is on stage 3, but we'll see how that goes. Stage 1 and 2 are generally pretty chill. The difficulty in Touhou games goes exponentially. As for time saving, you can't actually save any time on stage portions, but you can on boss portions, and this is where we're getting right in. Here's Rumi, here's the first boss, stage 1, here we go. So, as it is with, trying to speedrun a bullet hell game, we're gonna do some pretty weird strats like that right there, staying in between, weaving in between the bullets, that kind of stuff. You can't speedrun bullet hell games. Yeah, let me teach you a little bit otherwise. Alright, let me wrap around here. Alright, gonna redirect the lasers. We know roughly what the patterns come at us, but, they're different based on, our movement. For example, the lasers are focused at us, so we can kind of, misdirect them to get a little bit more extra damage in. Alright, this card can be a death if I'm not careful, but that is a perfect easy stage 1, and that's how quick it goes. Now, stage 2 is pretty chill as well, so normally, at this point, you would think that, well, there's always a mid-boss, and I still don't have full power. So you'd think that, the amount of power I collect here matters. It actually doesn't, because time on mid-boss is a little bit... It's a thing. So basically, on all stages except 3 and... Freyas, help me out there. It was 3 and which was the other stage? Freyas, we talked. Do you remember, Freyas?
6.
3 and 6, yes, thank you. 3 and 6. On all other stages, how long you take on the mid-boss doesn't matter. It will just drop you into a later portion of the stage. So I can actually stop shooting here. Yeah. Welcome to Touhou Speedrun. Sometimes these kind of things happen where it doesn't matter. If I took out the mid-boss earlier, this stage portion would just sat there for like a couple seconds. And I can easily get to 128 power during this section right here. And that's all that matters. I gotta be at full power for the boss portion. Speaking of the boss portion, you all probably know her. It's Cerno. Probably the most famous character in all of Touhou games, and you're about to see her, her actual appearance in canon. Anyway, quick little bit of a alignment coming up here. There are enemies coming from the top that I'm taking on as fast as possible because they shoot a very nasty pattern. But I am aligning myself on the GUI on the right side here. This is hopefully not too low. Oh, it was too low. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That's a first death, and that is not supposed to happen. So I'm 1 death down now, and potentially 2 deaths because the pattern is going to mess me up. That's fine. Okay, never mind. So that's unfortunate. That is supposed to be a safe spot. So you are supposed to be right above her, and the bullets are supposed to not hit her. Unfortunately, I was too low, and I actually ran into the boss hitbox herself. So happens. But as I said, if things go, too bad, there always continues. Her second non-card, I should talk about kind of like the attack system in this game. So there are non-cards and there are spell cards, and bosses usually alternate between them. And this non-card right here is a streaming-based attack. I just took it out, but streaming in this game doesn't mean video streaming. It means in the sense of the attacks I directed at you, and you just kind of, move from side to side. Unfortunately, this is not the fastest spell card. This is not a good Cerno. But hey, it's a marathon showcase. 2 wave, you can actually take that out like even before the second wave starts, so not the fastest, but also, because I died earlier there, the rank got reset back to 16. So in this game, there's a hidden rank variable, and the longer you survive, the higher that rank variable gets, and the more difficult it becomes. So that's kind of like why the game gets progressively... It feels harder because it gets harder the longer you survive. Anyway, this is stage 3. Since the mid-boss and this doesn't matter, and the stage portion of this is super chill, this is the perfect time if we got any donations while I'm running this here.
We do indeed. Komaru sends $10, and Komaru actually comes to us with a question. Well, comes to me with a question, but we're going to make this an all-play. What's your favorite Touhou?
See, I used to say 6, the game we're playing right now, but I've grown, slightly in love for 10 Desires, which is Touhou 13. So it's kind of like a toss-up between the 2 right now. But definitely either one of the 2. We got any more questions in these donations?
No more questions, but I believe that me, Freyas, you have to... Why don't you tell us your answer too?
Oh, definitely, this one's 6. We appreciate how it's much less memorization heavy than the future games, and it doesn't have any weird mechanics. It's just nice and simple, and a very good introduction for the game.
I think I'm gonna make people angry, but I'm gonna answer Luna Knights.
Oh, that might get the main, shmup community riled up a little bit. But hey, Luna Knights is an awesome game too. By the way, this stage portion right here, this is where you knowing your enemy patterns is really important. Not taking out the fairies that create these massive waves of white bullets on screen right now will absolutely it will present you in a position where you just you will die. You will just I didn't know how to word it, apology. But yeah, by taking out the fairies from the side, we didn't have to deal with that many bullet spam, and here we're already at the stage 3 boss. Here's mailing. So this is obligatory, you know, boiling off the kettle time. Time to get your tea. There's a little meme about mailing where, you know, she drinks a lot of tea. And I think also the what's it called? I think one of the stage 3 OSTs is also, like, I think it's Chinese tea. That's the name of the stage OST. But Phrase, you can correct me on that. Alright, this non-card right here has a really interesting RNG portion where the blue bullets that are coming at us directly right now have 3 different modes. We unfortunately got the bad mode. She can shoot them up first, and if that happens, the spell becomes trivial. This is the hardest spell card, by the way, so bit of focus time. Okay, nice. Cool. It's possible to die on that spell card, and that is not as part of my routing, you know, considerations, but if it happens, it happens. So not dying there while, you know, having a death already on stage 2 is very nice. Alright, so this is the first, actually no, Sinner has a double header too, but we can talk about double headers. That was a, I should not have done that when I already have a death. I should have moved downwards. There's a very, very clutch dodge upwards, and I'm probably gonna play it a little bit less risky on this spell card. Normally I, you know, try to stay very far up. Apologies. Playing this and, you know, commentating is a little bit hard, but that spell card her mailing slash spell card can give you a lot of trouble if you get, you know, walled, if a bunch of, you know, bullets come from you from the side and suddenly you don't see where to go. It's very easy to panic in this game. Very, very important to keep your composure. Alright, stage 4 is super chill. We can sneak in like one quick donation before books, if we have one. A good one.
I think instead let's just throw a quick reminder that we do have some, if you're enjoying some tunes now, which, you know, come on, how could you not be? If you want to keep that tune train going, we do have some bid wars for Cadence of Hyrule that will affect that, so will affect those soundtracks, so make sure to take a look at those.
Well, I took an unfortunate death there because I was too far on the too far up on the screen, and by the time the directed bullets came at me, it was already too late. So hopefully I make up for it by not dying on green blocks. This is because I just died, my rank got reset. So this is actually easier, so I didn't die on this. On max rank, the book pattern the green books become much more difficult, and it's actually considered for me a routed death, which basically means I am expecting I will die there. But since I died early, you know, I didn't make up any death, and I'm still one death behind, you know, my sort of like expectations.
So these little white spinny things shoot entirely targeted bullets, which makes which George just steps a little bit to the side and will dodge all of them.
Yeah. So yeah, this is where you really gotta know your pattern. If you don't know these bullets are directed, then you will get absolutely like murdered by this pattern. But if I just stay at the bottom here and I just kind of like start a step to the side as these are coming at me, then this pattern is kind of trivial. Just gonna obviously know that, right? That's one thing about Touhou is that you can just dive right into it, but really you will need to know the patterns to do, you know, to make good gameplay. Like this, for example, I delayed the taking out this ferry up here because once you take out this ferry, it clears all bullets on screen, and that's really important so I can wrap around and actually don't get walled. And same as this part right here. Because these, I don't know what the official name of these, I just call them shurikens because they kind of look like shurikens from Terraria. Don't at me. But yeah, these will absolutely overwhelm you if you don't know what you're doing. You can see like what happens if I don't take them out fast enough. And same as with this pattern. So there's gonna be 3 fairies that shoot a lot of, oh no, that's bad, that is bad. I did too long, so I'm probably taking another, yeah. That's what happens. So I was supposed to not take out the middle fairy, I just do chip damage to the middle fairy and then actually move over, and in the process of moving over, take out the middle fairy. So another death. It's not going too well, but as I said, if things go worse to worse, we have continues we can use. Alright, Patchy, stage 4 boss. So because I just died, my rank is back on low, which means her patterns are gonna become easier, and hopefully that means I'm saving a death. Because if not, I would now be 2 deaths behind, which is not good. But we'll see. So her non-cards have this kind of like laser approach, which is nice because we can just kind of like wrap around and do speed kills. And we know because the bullets are directed at us, we can do speed kills like that too. Alright, I actually forgot the name. I think it's called Green Storm in the English translation of the spell card. I'm gonna play it slightly safe. Normally I would stay right underneath her, but since I already have, you know, 2 unexpected deaths, I will play it as safe as possible. Water Elf, this is her hardest spell card. Hopefully, this is where I have to unfortunately call for a little bit of focus time. This spell card can easily... it's not going too well. Not going too well. So I am still... This is routed death for me, so I'm still 2 deaths behind. I was hoping I could make 1 up there, but unfortunately not. And now she's juking me on the top. Yeah, that's why Water Elf is pretty much one of the hardest cards. Actually, like second to hardest card, I would say, in the game, especially on max rank, because of, you know, her movement can really easily, you know, just make that card extremely long. But yeah, speaking of double headers, she has 4 spell cards. She ends, you know, she doesn't end with 2, she ends with 4. So yeah, that's patchy for you. Actually, the longest ending of a boss in this entire game. Even the final boss, Remelia, has less. So there you go. Alright, stage 5. We are heading into stage 1 for 3 lives. We already have 60 million score, which means we've gotten all of our extra lives. So we will get 1 extra life from the mid-boss here, which means we have 4 lives for the rest of the run. It's definitely possible. But let's talk about this. This is fun. So, you're supposed to stay down at the bottom. Do I want to be at the bottom of it? Do you want to be at the bottom of it? No. So we do this, because these bullets are directed at you. I can actually just stay kind of like either to the side or to the middle and just tap downwards and dodge these bullets. In the meantime, Phrase, why don't you explain to the audience what's going to be happening on the mid-boss?
Yeah, so the stage has more of what you just saw, which is incredibly dangerous. But if you delay the mid-boss, you actually get to skip portions of the stage. So George is going to time out Sakuya so that he can skip the deadly portion of the stage and jump almost straight to the end boss.
Yep. So we do a surprisingly safe strategy here. We stay in the top right, we move over to the, as you know, the pattern progresses to the 2-hour side, we move over to the other side, and then, you know, the pattern becomes in reverse. And then before she stops shooting, we move back up because she can dash up just like we can, like you just saw there. And if we aren't moved up by that point, she can ram into us, and that's bad. Alright, now we will stop shooting because she's her health bar is about to, you know, be done. Move underneath her and start her spell card. Now hopefully I don't die on this. This is technically, you know, another part where I usually die on, so if I don't, that would be sweet. And again, it doesn't matter how long I take here because of the entire mid-boss does not matter part. Nice, no death. And now this port right here that you see right here is supposed to stay on for like a minute. And it's really dangerous. It looks easy what you saw, but that's because the bullets haven't stacked up yet. The slow bullets stack up with the fast bullets, and it becomes a complete, like, it becomes pandemonium. It's very easy to die on there. And here's Sakuya again, you know, as quick as the mid-boss goes, she shows up again. Her non-card is actually harder than her spell card, so let's hope I don't die on these. Alright, nice dodges right there. So that's good. Normally, you know, I die at least once on a non-card, so not dying on there is awesome. That means, assuming I don't die in the second wave, we have saved officially 1 life. Alright, her spell cards have this interesting gimmick of them freezing time, and we might actually get a 1 cycle here. So if you do it fast enough... No, she didn't get the health. If you look on the top left, there wasn't even like a pixel of health bar left. It was gone. I call rigged. I definitely call rigged. Also, Sakuya non-cards. A little bit of focus time, please. I tried to dash out there. Unfortunate. Alright, 3 lives remaining for the rest of the run. We can do it.
And non-spell was really close.
Yeah, I tried to dash up. Oh, she moved to... Okay, so this spot, you actually want her moving to the other side, but you dodge. which is counterintuitive, but that way the bullets sort of like don't stack up on you. Now, because I died in the earlier spell card, I can actually do a full power clear. When you get back to max power, it clears all bullets on screen, which usually makes the next non-card trivial. And now, if I can not die on her final card, then that would be amazing, because that means I would have, well, jinxed. Happens. 2 lives into the final boss. It's hard, but it's possible. Okay, never mind, 1 life. Okay, that is, I did not expect. I forgot it. That can happen on Killing All. I forgot about that. On her final spell card, she can actually redirect the bullets at you. That's unfortunate. I just completely forgot about that. But final stage, 1 life. Ooh, that is not optimal. Also, not optimal because this pattern at the start of the stage, I actually have more troubles with this on lower rank when it's slow. I don't know why, it's like easier for me when the bullets are fast on this, at the start pattern. But luckily I didn't die again. Say again, sorry? Didn't understand.
Is rank carry between stages?
Sorry, I didn't understand you there.
Is rank? Do you keep your rank between stages, or does it reset?
Yes. Also, I have no clue that fairy hit me. It's supposed to, just take out the fairies when that happens. So, unfortunately, we are at pace now to use a continue. I will likely not make it past the entire stage without using a continue. So that's unfortunate. But luckily, about the game, there are continues. But hey, who knows, there's also the chance I just clutcher the entire stage 6 boss fight without a death, but probably not gonna happen. As I said at the start, it's challenging. So, no lives. Can I clutcher? If I clutch this out, by the way, everyone who's currently viewing has to contractually donate like at least $10. By the way, that's happening. Because a perfect stage 6 boss fight is not something you see too often. Alright, here's Romelia. Here's her first spell card. Hopefully, I will play it. Not too risky, not too hard. Oh, she moved too far to the side, so fortunate right there. The lasers don't stay active actually until they. She is really having bad movement right now. So yeah, she can, based on her movement, this card can sometimes take like, that long, or sometimes it can be over in like 5 seconds. Unfortunate. Alright, this known card is, first of all, the first wave is directed at you, and then the second wave is right to left, then left to right. So that's why I went to the top there. Scarlet Needle. This is probably going to be our first continue used, but I'll try my best. Who knows? Maybe I can pull it off. No death so far. All right, we have 3 spell cards to go. So who knows? So do get ready on time. Here's Vampire Illusion. This card can wall you, or it can be the easiest card ever. It really just depends on her mood. Not looking great. That's a wall approaching us. That's probably, that's a death. Unfortunate. I didn't really know what to do there. Alright, 1 continue used. There are 3 continues, so we are definitely finishing, but unfortunately not a 1cc. So this non-card here is cycle-based, so you can actually damage her between the cycles, but if you do enough damage between the first and second cycle, you can actually skip the first one, which I'm about to do right here. There's supposed to be another cycle, and that takes a couple seconds. Alright, Scarlet Meister, pretty much the hardest spell card in the game. Missed the micro dodge, very unfortunate. But that should be the card over. And we have another final card. So I'm gonna use the full power clear once again here to clear out all bullets. You saw, like the start of like the hard pattern here. She starts off with this pattern kind of like where, there's only like a couple of these bullets that have bullet trace, and then this follows where there's a lot more bullets on screen with a lot more lines, if that makes more sense. Also, do get ready on time once this boss bar at the top starts running, runs out and she explodes. That will be time for the main campaign run. Oh, I was hoping I could at least capture that card. Well, I can show off invincibility side. When you're invincible from a death, you actually clear bullets that pass through you, which is amazing. And time.
GG.
Apologies that I did not 1cc. I was really hoping I could 1cc. But this game being this game, what was my time, by the way? I'm curious.
22:10.
Pretty decent run. So, you are actually not supposed to be showing the ending of these games. That's a request by the creator, Zune. So, do enjoy this little reminder of, that we're supporting the Fliver project and all. Oh, right, the bad ending is very short, so I don't have to stay on that for long. But hey, go visit that link anyway. Go. Go do it anyway. You can show the credits roll, however. How are we doing on skill? Because I would love to play out the credits roll, because it's got an awesome OST. But if we're like behind on schedule now, I can just move straight into the extra stage.
We're about on schedule, so we should we should probably just move on.
Unfortunate, because this staff roll theme is absolutely amazing. Y'all gotta give that a listen on YouTube. Alright, so I'm gonna quickly skip through this.
We would highly recommend listening to all Touhou music. The music is what got us into the game, and we absolutely love it.
Also, this game has replay functionality. Unfortunately, I won't be able to save a replay because I did not want CC. Anyway, let's move over to the extra stage. So, y'all actually donated $777. By the way, nice one on the tech team. Nice one on the donation pricing there. But extra stage, once you complete the original game, you unlock the extra stage. And extra stage, you return to the mansion, blah 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 lore. Did we even talk about lore? Talk about lore. Vampire goes berber. That's basically the lore for Touhou 6. But yeah, you unlock the extra stage. Extra stages are kind of like a very long, drawn-out stage. I'm actually just gonna... sorry, did not give a timer there, so I'm just gonna quickly restart there. I'm just gonna hop right in and we can explain more as it runs. So, let's get extra stage started in 3, 2, 1, go. So, extra stages are kind of like a long, drawn-out stage, a longer stage portion, a much longer boss portions, and it's kind of like to test your, survival ability, because your resources are much more limited than in the campaign. Actually, in Touhou 6, you get the least amount of resources in any extra stage. You get 4 lives. That's it. In most other games, you get a lot more. Well, I'm talking about the general concept of extra stages in across Touhou games. So that's what I'm saying, extra stages. Because I'm talking about the overall Touhou series. Anyway, first strive that's coming up right here is I'm purposely leaving myself not on max power, so I can actually collect a full power clear right here. And that clears a difficult pattern that I normally would have to deal with, dodge to the side, blah blah blah. Nah, we don't deal with that. Full power clear, better safe than sorry. What is not better safe than sorry is this fairy that's appearing here. Fairies, you have some experience with this fairy. With this fairy, I'm sorry, that's a mind slip. With this fairy, I believe.
Yeah. The extra stage, unlike the rest of the game, requires a ton of memorization just for the stage segment. George mapped this out perfectly, and
yep.
Yeah. And here's Patchy, full power, because it's the full moon.
Anyway, here's Patchy. She shows up as the mid-boss on stage. I'm gonna have to bomb early, but just to play it safe. I did not want to die there. So better safe than sorry. You are supposed to delay your bomb as much as you can, because when you bomb, the boss actually gets a shield. Also, give it up for this amazing strat on Royal Flare. Hopefully I don't die. Awesome, cool. And then as this wave focuses, bomb, and that's the card. If you know your strategies.
Such a beautiful strat for a fixed pattern card.
Yeah. And that's the mid-boss. We get 3 bombs. Extra stage, I've submitted this intentionally as with bombs, because it's a lot more interesting when you can use your 3 bombs on the mid-boss, which has, funnily enough, 3 spell cards. Also, it's a crime to not tap in music here. That's just a war crime. I don't think that's synced because we're using Discord capture, but yo. Shout out to Zune again for making awesome music. By the way, fun fact. Zune makes the music first, and then the games. And you can hear that. It's probably the best kind of game decision anyone... I don't know, Touhou is really known for its music, and I think that's a big part of the reason why. Also, this spam section right here, hopefully I don't die. If I don't die, I have 1 extra life for the boss portion. Awesome. Alright, one super chill part. If you have quick donation to read right here as I get for the start of the boss, then you can sneak that in quickly.
All right, very quick donation. We have $20 from the Blacktastic. No comment, but thank you, Bobby.
Oh, Bobby. Yo, that run was awesome, by the way. Thank you. Alright, here is Flynn. So, why can I, not just die and use a bunch of bombs? It turns out that Flandre is pretty much immune to bombs during spell cards. So we're gonna have to do all of our damage through regular old, just chip damage. And that's why we're using Ramo B, because Ramo B, that's why we also use Ramo B for the main campaign run. Because Ramo B has the largest amount, has the best damage when you stay close to bosses. This is Levitate, this is a routed card, so you just kind of like follow the route and the card is over. You just follow exactly the route I did there, and that card is always going to end the same way. Fourth kind however, not so much. He's gonna spawn 3 clones of ourselves, and these clones can block damage, so this is definitely a little bit of a focus moment as I try to not die in here and try to end the spell card, but it looks like it's a speed clone. Nice. Her clones can block a lot of damage, and that card can be a lot longer. And once it moves past a certain point, there's lots of bullets on screen. It's very easy to die. Luckily, that card ended very fast. Kagome is a pretty simple card. You just kind of, if you know where the lines spawn in, it becomes relatively straightforward. You're just gonna have to make sure you don't run into the directed bullets. Oh, what was... Okay, that's an unfortunate blunder right there, but that happens. Alright. Maze of Law, because I just took a blunder here, I'm gonna play it safe. Normally I would stay higher up. This card is pretty much eye candy. I showed the really hard strat on this to Freyas earlier, and I think Freyas can confirm that looked really cool, but unfortunately I have to play it safe here because I took an intentional death right there. Stubble Break. UNC will just kind of like rapid firing here through the spell cards here. We're just taking them out as fast as we can because we're staying right underneath here with Ramo B damage. I'm actually going to do a really cool strat here, which is I'm weaving through the wave, and I know that I can take out the card before the 4th wave hits me. And so that's why I weave through the wave there and move as close as possible to her. This was an unfavorable pattern on that non-card. That was the hardest non-card, by the way. This is KD Optic. This has a really cool route, by the way. Just look at this. And the card's over. You just follow that route. This is the most RNG non-card. Hopefully she moves alongside with me. Awesome. And the reason it's RNG is because that was almost a death. It's because based on the movement, she just kind of like juke you at the top. Sorry. And that's why that non-card is like the most RNG one. I actually forgot the name of this spell card. Trace, can you help me out on that? On the one we just ended. I think something with clocks.
Counterclock.
Counterclock, yeah. Yeah. Speaking of time-related things, it's time to donate. If you haven't donated already, then go support the Trevor Project. Also, this is a survival card, so there is no damage to be done here. This is pretty much traditional. Any extra boss that there's one survival card. So there's nothing we can do here. We just kind of like said we follow the pattern. So if there's, anything else you want to read, anything else you want to remind of people, you have about 30 seconds.
We have $1 from Tempest Mask. Thank you, Tempest Mask. I'm going to paraphrase this because it's too long, but Touhou's great, George is great, Pride Pog 21 for the win.
Yo, Tempest, thank you. Tempest is a good friend of mine, also an awesome marathon runner. Shout out to Tempest.
Can we talk about how amazing George's play has been this entire extra stage? George is about to get QED with 3 lives left.
Oh yeah, I expect to do this much worse. It's funny, the main campaign ended up being worse than my extra run. The practice indicated like the reverse. I could not finish like 80% of my practice once on extra. Alright, now this is where all the waves are gonna stack up, by the way, but there's a strat. If I vertically align myself with the blue wave and then just dodge horizontally, I can just do that. And easy survival card. Final spell card, by the way, get ready on time. This is QED, I have 3 lives, this is gonna be an easy finish. It's a survival card called And Then There Was None. Yep, that's the name. That's the name of her survival card.
And this gets faster and faster the lower her HP is.
Yeah.
And I think we could just cheese it by leaving her at full HP, but then she goes into rage mode. Where
if I capture this, you all better contractually, donate $10 because capturing this is really hard. But I will try my best to make up for the campaign run. Oh, it might be. It might happen. Time! QED capture during a marathon. You don't see that every day.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. My heart's pumping. No. And that's the extra stage. That's how quick it goes. What must my time on that? I would presume something like 750?
7:45.
Pretty decent. And now, because I actually finished a run, I get to save the replay. So, oh yeah, I saved one replay just to make sure I can actually save the name. But if any of you you have the game and want to replay this, just DM me on Discord. I'll send you over this replay file. Where also, by the way, shout out for Zune having this keyboard layout. Thank you, Zune. This is not sarcastic or anything. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Final shout outs pretty much from me. Don't follow me. I barely stream anymore. Straight up. I'm honest. I'm straightforward with y'all. Go follow Power with Pride if you haven't already. They put on awesome events. Go follow marathon channels. In general, there's tons of awesome marathon channels nowadays. If I may, I forgot to ask this, but may I cross-promote an event quickly? If that's okay?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Awesome. So I'm part of the staff team core team for No Glitches Allowed, and we're gonna have a winter event coming up in about a week from December 13th to December 19th. So if y'all are looking for more charity content, it's for dog shelters, so it's for the animals. Then just search for No Glitches Allowed. We have a website. Just go to noglitchesallowed.org. You can find all the information via the Discord. And that's pretty much it for my shoutouts. As I said, I don't have too much to shout out about myself. I will shout out Freya. Thank you so much for joining me on this.
Thank you for having us.
Where do you stream?
Where do we stream?
Yeah. Where do you stream at? Where would people find you?
Freya Spirit on Twitch.
Ah, yes. Apologies. Sixfold. Yeah, Sixfold just posted in chat. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me, so thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for the amazing run.